And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire as our Fist-Militia-led spoiled democracy. This is the second attempt at doing it, and the second time it's doing better than the first. We're here on round 73. We have 7 decisions awaiting us. We discovered some more metal deposits. A virtue effect, even though we want virtue to go down. A miner has joined us because someone declared war on it. This was something I expected could happen. Indignation over opulence. We'll support the protesters. We won't actually do anything about it. He wants to hire the candidate. He's probably a terrible candidate. Yeah, he's a terrible candidate. Focus on political power. Yes. Economic. We want you to actually swing towards discovery.
Roger that.
Cultural adaptation. Do we? Of course,
Roger that.
we want to adapt our way of doing things. They can.
Aye, sir.
It's the new zone. And of course, all my political power is gone. It actually makes things a little bit complicated because that means I am at war with someone with no ability to declare peace.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay, so that was northwest, yeah. Okay, so we got a pretty short border with them, although I'm going to have to start negotiating a peace deal with them with no political power, which is a little bit difficult to do. Okay, so I have to wait until next turn to do anything about this. It means they're probably going to take territory off of us. I'm also not sure if that kicked in for the scoring. I don't think it did. So we'll have a score update on the next turn for the new territory. I suspect that might have thrown us into first. Oh, these guys have surprisingly few militia. Which honestly means we're going to have a pretty large militia growth there. Okay. Construction's proceeding at speed. We are blowing through our metal at the moment, so I shouldn't be expanding it by much. Given what's on, we probably actually want to have these guys march north instead of south. Because while I'm not too worried about losing the territory, I would prefer to keep the city. Obviously not currently in a position where I can negotiate. Okay, otherwise not a bad turn. again, that's actually saving us like 20 political power. So now we got to negotiate a peace, but honestly, we don't know. Other than this is the one that's winning, we don't know anything about this major. You're apparently not that opposed to negotiating peace because both open contact and gift are real easy. Okay, so this is the largest of the majors playing their turn right now. It hasn't flicked over. There it goes. I was about to say, it hasn't flicked over to the border that we share with them. Although that's not very much movement. They probably thought they were getting into a war with the minor because, again, the AI, diplomacy AI is not the brightest bulb in the shed. And not into a war with the major, which is what they're at war with. That was victorious, so we got driven back, but I think they kind of fed themselves into a pocket, so maybe a pattern circle with remains of the rotors there. We killed 400 infantry over the end turn and 10 tanks. We lost 900 infantry in exchange. It's round 74. We have 8 decisions. Roaming Thieves will be one of them. I don't think Propeller Engine is going to be one of them. The tank being done is definitely one of them. And of course, with 8 decisions, we might not have enough political power to do anything. When we're done here, because we've only got 24, or had 25, now it's 24. I'm going to weaken some of the councils, just get more political power. Just need more political power.
Yes, sir.
Throw this back to 50-50.
Understood.
And then here, this is an easy decision. It is time to build upon the troopers. Slug throwers out. We're in automatic rifles. Thermosuits. Really out. We're on pattern fire suit.
Aye, sir.
Petition Moss Mark. We'll let them petition us. We're democracy.
Sir, yes, sir.
You have my full support.
Sir,
Mitigate
yes, sir.
that. Diplo decision. Oh, this is we're Nomads next. Or technically, this is actually the rotors, but yeah, we'll get the
Understood.
enforcement there. Take
Yes,
enforcement there. That leaves me with 17 points with which to negotiate with. First phase. I don't have enough opinion with them to negotiate a peace. Got enough for open contact. Got enough for a gift. Let's do the open contact just because it doesn't cost me any money.
Understood.
Critical success. What did that get us up to? We swung from 0 to 20, so a gift will probably get us close enough. That we can officially negotiate peace. Are these the same type of tank? They are the same type of tank. Where's those in the second one? Technically, I think Galactic Republic units don't suffer small unit penalties. But bigger units are still, you know, bigger. Bigger is sometimes better in its own very specific ways. This is a little bit too fair of a fight for them.
Mission
So we're taking
accomplished.
pretty bad casualties. 18 subunits to 12. We have routed the unit into the hex. They're all, I think, bundled up in the same hex at this point.
Go, go, go!
Requesting backup.
Enemy held, although 22 subunits were lost to 28. Only 9 were capable of fighting subunits. So at this point, they're probably not going to be capable of counterattacking. And at this point, I don't think I need to send more troops down there. I might actually send them back. Construction-wise, bureaucratic offices is complete. Follow that up immediately with the next one.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, we're looking to negotiate with those guys. I've got 11 political power left. What can I do productive with 11 political power? I've got no show to diplomat. Although, offer client state might just be easy enough to do. Nah, no, I need a show to diplomat to reliably do that one. Because we wouldn't want to critically fail. And the unification is 22 parts, 22 points, and that's not in the cards. Don't have to look proper. That might be interesting. Just to get opinion buff with everyone. Okay. We got a long distance here to here. So let's seal that road, because that'll help with the local supplies. I have enough money. Let's nationalize this truck hub. Same sort of logic. It's to help with the supplying up to and back and forth from the city. You're going to lose territory against these guys until we negotiate a peace, which is looking to be at least 2 turns out. Victory overview. We've got the update. Oh, apparently that was the new number. So we're up to 9.4. We're not winning yet. I suspect when we integrate all our subjects, we'll be in a winning state. Not won necessarily, but winning. I don't think we're so close that we'll be won at that point, but a lot closer to winning at least. Although once we integrate all our subjects, we're going to have lots of exposed borders. Because it ends the safety on a lot of our borders. Although we're getting safer in the sort of southwest area. So we have that bit, and then we're touching you, and you. So if we negotiate peace with you, they're surprisingly easy to get peace with, so I suspect they're not necessarily going to flip back to being hostile. You know, if I had more political power, we'd probably be doing some exploration with spies. You know, get me that recon vehicle.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, this is where we're going to select the turn. Checked all my options, decided which ones are doable. Well, I could put a road. Let's try to get a road out to them. I'm not going to make it a sealed road. We're just going to do a dirt road around. Like so. That's going to put us a little tight on the military or on the industry, but that should get you supplied so you stop starving. And if we need to deploy to actually stop these guys as a real military force instead of diplomatic force, the road will help. The road will definitely help. Okay, we're back on round 75. We suffered no losses, nor made any kills. We have 2 decisions awaiting us. Got another peace conference if we want to start playing a lot of those. Up to 36 political power. Let's work with our decisions. No. And
Yes, sir.
more enforcement.
Understood.
Critical success. We're up to 26, so we should be at the point where we can start proposing peace. Got 33 political power. Let's offer a unification here.
Understood.
Failure. Shame. Attempt to crush the pocket. Again, we're having pretty severe supply issues just because of how many bullets we're trying to push into the area. We're at the end of our logistical chain anyway. If we deal with the problem, then we can sort of move up the roads and not have to worry about abandoning territory to the roaders.
Requesting backup.
Shame. 2 held. 29 were destroyed. Do we have any delays in the construction? No. Well, yes. But no. we succeeded on our rolls, so they proceeded at speed. We basically had a 96% progress rate, but we rolled high and they got the full turn. That's basically what happened. Yeah, we're getting green territory, and we're getting partial supply is a sign that we're probably shooting more than the logistics can support. Now, the long-term solution to that is build up the truck stations, and/or fix the action point penalties, because we're almost certainly hitting action point penalties out here. Yeah, 180 out of 103, so we're really having to throw just large quantities of logistics to get almost nothing out of it. That's what's going on there. Thinking the Shadow Diplomat is probably too expensive. Yeah, that's 11. To turn you into a vassal tier. And petrol's going up. I'm gonna sell some petrol, because petrol's probably pretty valuable. Oh, no, actually, sell 100 something rare earth metals. Because yeah, I want like a 1,000
Yes,
more
sir.
money just to secure the treasury. Tackling the turn. Okay, we're picking up on round 76. We have 4 decisions. Do have our Trooper 2s done. Good to see.
Understood.
Take a terrible candidate. Yep, that's a terrible candidate, alright. We're going to improve the MG. Build up on the machine gun, go from machine gun to high speed, and then from thermosuit to pad in for thermosuit.
Sir,
Give him
yes,
the
sir.
demands. And we'll ask him to help reduce unrest.
Roger that.
Succeed. What unrest are we talking about? Yeah. Anyway, we're at the point where we can negotiate peace with you. And we are guaranteed not to fail.
Understood.
Only a normal success, so they're still hostile, they're still low. This wasn't the best outcome. And 19, I don't think is enough to negotiate. Your interaction? Yeah, not yet. Could do a shadow diplomat for client state pathway. Yeah, let's do that. Shadow diplomat, director, foreign affairs.
Understood.
Minor, offer client state on the neighbor to the east.
Understood.
Refused. Okay. This is not great odds, but I'm willing to throw bodies at the problem if we can get this problem solved.
Fort.
Defenders held again, 4 subunits, another 14 lost to another 20. So, a big reason that is going terribly is that we're running out of bullets. I keep pushing the attack button, not waiting for supplies to arrive. Not enough bullets. Okay, so how goes the construction? Proceeding at speed. Bureaucratic offices will be done next turn, but we're just going to queue the next one up. Although I can probably afford to expand the truck stations. Regardless. So let's go up to 3
Yes,
here,
sir.
and go up to 3 over here. If that isn't enough,
Roger
the
that.
solution in the long run will be probably building a colony somewhere closer by for supply reasons. Or we just deal with the problem, then pull away from the unholy land of terrible supplies, because we're too far away from our base. And we are seeing a virtue declining. We'd actually like it to decline a little, well, maybe not faster, but we'd like it to be lower. Would like it to get down to 65. We haven't gotten graced with any more spoiled democracy cards yet. And we are at the point where the only one we're missing, I think, is sophisticated governance here for the full sweep on democracy. So let's cycle the turn. We were expecting bureaucratic office to finish next turn, so the turn after next we should be expecting even more bureaucratic points. We'll just go straight into number 4. When we're done with number 4, we'll actually just move to the next city and just start building it up. I'm probably going to build until I have visible power problems, and then I'll have to build more power. Honestly, that's probably how that's going to work. And we're trying to get some more discovery. Again, looking for solar energy, looking for hydroponics, looking for water soil, looking for heavy, looking for housing. Those are probably the 5 we're looking for. For eco, and then for military, we're looking Gauss, combat, RPG, and either rocketry or guided RPG. Obviously, to find guided RPG, you have to have done RPG first, so it depends on how we get them. Let's cycle the turn. And I am annoyingly out of tea. Just have to drink some water in the meantime. we are. Round 70. We had no fighting over the intern. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. Ooh, there we go. Although that's word. At least it's political power. Might be very tempted to do it because it's still political power. Enact poor quarter patrolling. We're just going to lean back and let this happen because I don't want to spend political power on
Yes,
this.
sir.
Legendary courtesan. We'll do
Roger
nothing
that.
about that. Scavenger offers a trade. Sure. They like
Understood.
machinery. And it makes the scavenger like us more. What's my word looking like? Shifty. Yeah, I don't really want to sacrifice more word for political power into that circumstance. I feel like their opinion of us went down. Because it probably did, to be fair. Yeah, I think they're probably trying to negotiate going back to war again.
Understood.
There we go. That should hopefully delay that for a while. We invited them to an international event, and they appreciated the gesture, apparently.
Yes, sir.
I think construction-wise, bureaucratic office did not finish. We low-rolled. We low-rolled. It will be done next turn. Yeah. And I think we got the liberal also hit the truck stations. The truck stations delayed a turn. Again, this is not great odds. All we gotta do is get what's left to surrender, and then we can pull back up the supply line. I had someone already had someone just circulate. Supply is critical. Yeah, supplies are critical.
Fort.
Attack failed. So again, they're holding with like the same. In fact, they're actually getting better. They're up to 7 subunits. Basically, only the same number of subunits. They lost 9. We lost 20. So it was not a great attack. Yeah, for the moment, that's kind of what we're gonna do. I got enough political power. We're gonna attempt to integrate you. Getting more people potentially gets us more industry.
Understood.
Success. So the victory score before their integration is the current one, 9.6. See where we are afterwards. We'll just accept that's the current state of the troops there. And yeah, I don't have the industry to seal the road yet. But everything goes according to plan. This is new assets for us, including another light industry, going to help us with industry. Move on to try and integrate you and integrate you. I think one of you has a not territory neighbor. Although maybe those are rotors, and I'm getting confused with someone else. That's a minor. Black Fort is a minor. Okay, let's cycle the turn, see where we end up victory score-wise after the next integration. Okay, around 78, we got 6 decisions. One of our scavenging communities has run out. Okay, I think that was in the capital. Discovered RPG. Okay, that's sort of the direction we want to go. It's recovered. Velociraptor. Some more machinery, some more money, some Galactic Republic infantry. New advisor. Who of the terrible people do we want to make an advisor? Doesn't really matter. You're apparently the most suitable for the job, so have the job. Don't need any orgs. Populist journalism, or popular journalism. I can turn a blind eye. In Mossmark. So that's the capital. I don't really want the capital being grumpier, so we're just gonna turn a blind eye.
Sir,
I don't
yes,
really want to
sir.
lose the enforcement, but it's what it is.
Sir, yes, sir.
Give the general his money. Upgrade that city, which eats all our political power.
Copy that.
At this rate, we're going to build a small army of those things. Okay, seal the connection up to that city. I don't have the political power to integrate the neighbor. The next neighbor. Bureaucratic office is complete, so we'll queue up the final one in the capital.
Sir, yes, sir.
So we attempt to get the bureaucracy to expand to meet the ever-expanding needs of our bureaucracy. Truck stations are proceeding at speed, although the one in the capital has been delayed by 1 turn already. Well, half a turn already, but unless you get another half-turn delay, it's effectively a whole turn. And then the minor high command palace should finish next turn. Again, more bureaucracy and political power. Oops. Ah, screwed that up. Oh well. That one doesn't need to join the attack. We'll be fine without an attack. Once more into the breach.
Go, go, go!
Our unit surrenders. Finally. The pocket is broken. The remaining 55 units surrender. You know, I can slowly and painfully pull ourselves back up the logistics supply line and get these units resupplied. We're gonna hold off on the mass upgrade there. I do want to upgrade them to the new trooper. In fact, let's go take a look at how improved the new trooper is. Combat ability 17 to 73. I think that's that's more than 4 times better, and it's only twice the cost, so definitely worth the upgrade. Okay. So once again, it is time to cycle the turn. I forgot to look. Okay, so the new city, we just integrated the new city. We're up to 11.6 victory score. So not enough to take us into first. Although we're well into second. If not, we're just that 1 point short of first. And again, I suspect integrating the neighbors here will give us that little bit more. So we just need more political power. We need more political power so we can ask pretty please, will you join the Empire? So let's cycle the turn, see if we get that political power. I mean, we're at peace with the largest of the world powers at the moment, so... And while they're hostile, our magic trick of negotiating with them has given us quite a bit of breathing room before they're going to declare again. Traded 200, 200, so not too bad there. It's around 79, we have 6 decisions. Twin barrel MGs complete. Can I make... This is blue territory, of course. Recon buggy with a good gun, good armor, and still be mobile? Yes. Let's design a up-to-date buggy then. We're gonna agree to them protesting.
Roger that.
Understood.
Take that recon buggy upgrade.
Aye, aye, sir.
Humanitarian aid. We're gonna block the aid because I'm running enforcement. I don't have enough to pay double.
Sir, yes, sir.
Zone upgrade. I don't have the political power to do that. That is actually not the capital, so we're not desperate for that upgrade yet. And the Guardians are offering technology for an amount that I can afford, so we will take that
Understood.
discovery. Order soil recomposition. Okay. So I don't got enough political power for unification, because that's 24. I only got 17. Unless I want to trade word score away, which I don't. I'm gonna try to play this to see if we can get an opinion buff with like every major.
Understood.
Difficulty based on victory link is 11, multiplied by 5 to the nature of the stratagem, so it's relatively high, but we rolled 174. So we get 8, 12, 6. So that mainly probably benefited with this guy and this one. I think we were at 100 with this one. Oh no, they'd done something to lower their opinion, so it did help us there as well. And there's maybe an argument to take some fights here, but unless I'm going to encircle them, which requires more supplies, it's not super beneficial. Move you onto the city, and then because you're there, I'm going to do a mass upgrade. Operational HQ, Trooper 2, upgrade them all.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Of course, means they need more ammo. Although, apparently, I'm getting a lot of ammo from somewhere. A lot of ammo. Oh, actually, thinking about that, that's probably all the ammo for the militia. that we're having difficulty delivering. Yeah, thinking about that's probably the ammo for the militia. That's probably where that's coming from. And I'm ending up with it because, you know, it's not getting delivered. Supply situation is a little stretched, let's just say. Okay, some delays with the capital. Everything goes according to plan. High command, it should still finish next turn. Probably having recruiting problems. What's going on? Truck station got delayed again, so it's in fact it got delayed badly enough. It's gonna take 2 more turns. Because it should have been done at the same time as Austerlitz's truck station. But I think it'll work out. Just gotta be patient. Let the process sort itself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go 1 more turn. So let's see what this end turn holds. And then when we finish up the next turn, we'll bring the part and the stream to a close. I'm gonna delay the next ad so I can finish the outro. I realized the end turn here was a good opportunity to alt-tab out and see when the next ad was coming, so I can delay it so it doesn't happen during the stream. It'll presumably happen at the beginning of next stream, but that'll be Factorio, and we'll see how many people actually tune in for Factorio. I don't think anyone tuned in the first 5 minutes, at least. So that's probably not a problem. We got attacked. The attacker actually got mauled, so that was good. Attack there. It was a bit of a mutual mauling. Round 80. We killed 1,400 infantry. We lost 400 in exchange. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. Prosperity dividend, disband parliament. That's a spoiled democracy card. So we are able to occasionally pull spoiled democracy cards, which is not very common. Campaign retreat, got a shattered diplomat. I'm gonna confirm this again. We're getting close to the point where I can probably tune down the forward affairs to probably put it back towards technology.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Roger
except
that.
no reason to piss the faction off. Once I get spare political power, we'll start firing people in mass. Apparently my soldier percent dropped.
Yes,
Let's see if we
sir.
can get some soldiers up again. Interestingly, you're all complaining about supplies. We'll seal the road and... Oh, that's... Oh, because we're going over a stick of mountain there. That's what's going on. That's a really expensive way to go there. Might literally be cheaper to do... Really? I'm trying... I seriously think it's probably going to be cheaper going that way, game, than through the mountain, which is what I'm trying to see if it tests for. But apparently it doesn't do that test. Okay. But yeah, there's supply issue. Oh, actually, we're actually having just straight up food supply issues, so I need to get more food. Buy... Actually, first, sell fuel.
Yes, sir.
Turn around. Buy food.
Yes, sir.
That should solve the food issue. For a couple turns. In the meantime, I should expand food production. Where should I expand food production? Yeah, probably right there. Probably on the
Sir, yes, sir.
ruins. I'm gonna put a dome in rather than an aerial farm because the civilians are already aerial farming. We're gonna keep pulling our guys back until their supply situation improves. Because right now, I think a lot of it is just backlogged on massive amounts of ammo. Do I have the political... Oh, I probably have the political power. The question is, do I want to make the roll? That's actually surprisingly hard to do. 138 versus 113, so we have a net... net 35. So that would have to be the difference between the two rolls, right? So they got a 2d100 versus a d100. What I think I'll do is, because this is so close, I think we'll hold off on the unifications and leave that for next time. The reason is because if I do it now and I... Oh, hello Twitch chat saying hi, Will Cole. Let me double check to see if the ad is started. We'll snooze the ad one more time, so I've got a little bit of time to do the outro here as I'm doing the outro here for the stream. Victory overview. We're still in second, although at the beginning of the stream we were in last. So we've gone from last to second. We're almost tied with first in population. We're mainly behind on planet, and we have 3 subjects. 2 subjects. I miscounted because I just integrated one. We got 2 subjects. So if we integrate both subjects, that means we probably go to first in population, and we probably go to first in planet at that point. I would not be surprised if the combined on those 2 is enough to get us up to tied for first in planet. So we're very likely to move from second to first in the next stream. Again, we are now getting virtue down. We are trying to do spoiled democracy, so we need to get the virtue down. Weirdly, we've been democratic, like perfect democratic for so long. We've got most of the feeds. It doesn't look like we have free press or leisure because we haven't activated them. We've got them. I've got them in my pocket. But we haven't activated them. Again, because these are virtue bonus, virtue bonus. This is the only one that we probably want to get that we don't have. There's a chance it gets pulled. Is a chance it gets pulled. I don't think I've pulled it. Yeah, I don't think I've pulled it. And there's well-being, so that's leisure, and free press is free press. So we can basically pick up most of the democracy feeds at this point from the politics. What we want to do is we really want to get into syndicate or into spoiled democracy, do militia ready to serve and militancy. So we got to get it down below 65, and we got to hold it down below 65. Long enough to get it that far up. Although, once we're down below 65, I think I just got to... how's the best way to describe it? Once I think we're down there, we don't necessarily want to go all the way down. We want it to be low, but not that low. And then apparently we're getting about 6% chance to pull spoiled democracy cards. That's why we're mostly pulling democracy cards. Because I saw them on the page while we were looking there. But yeah, things are going well. We know where we're going to get rare earth metals from when we need them. We don't really need them until we got solar panels, at least. Until we have solar panels, because the first heavy industry is probably going to be able to make enough. It's probably going to be fine just to run off of the scavenging. We know where more metal is. There's a metal deposit there. That's not too bad. Well, that would put a strain on you. So that probably wants to be a new city if we take advantage of that one. We've got this one down here being extracted by the private groups. But that wouldn't necessarily be a bad place to nationalize. But yeah, the run is going well. I hope everyone has been enjoying the stream tonight, if you're watching live on the stream, or if you're watching later on YouTube, I hope you have been enjoying. We will be streaming this again in 4 days, so if you're watching this on Twitch, that should be when you expect Shadow Empire up again. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to watch the next part, so tomorrow's part, that should have been streamed already by this point, so you can sneak over to Twitch and watch it before it comes down off of Twitch. Content streamed live on Twitch stays up on Twitch for 14 days. The plan is usually to get it uploaded and released on YouTube before it comes down off of Twitch, because I'm recording to be away, or recording ahead because I'm going to be away for potentially 2 events during the upcoming month. I'm currently, I think, actually about 15 days ahead. So the last part in every stream, so this part, if you're watching this on YouTube, has come down off of Twitch at this point, except for Factorio, because we're not recorded on Factorio. So you're watching this on YouTube and you want to see the next part, you can sneak over to Twitch and watch the next part. It should still be up there, unless it's up on YouTube, in which case it might not be up there anymore. I'm going to go over the schedule for the next couple days. So today was Shadow Empire. Tomorrow is going to be Factorio Pteranodon's mod. I think we're right on the verge of trying to do Fast Forestry. Saturday is going to be Songs 6. We can see if we break the 8K population barrier. And then we're going to do Stellaris on Sunday. With next Monday being Shadow Empire again. So if you're watching on Twitch, this is probably your last opportunity to get a comment responded to. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD or watching later on YouTube, feel free to leave comments. I do try to respond to them. I don't know how asynchronous commenting works on Twitch, but if you're watching on Twitch and you want a comment responded to, feel free to hop into the YouTube channel and leave a comment over there. And with that, I'm going to wish everyone the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and our stream, and bye for now.